Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 180 of the GenGaming podcast. I'm your host as always, I am Tyler, and joining me, we have the Colonel, we have Gables. What's up buddy, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing okay. I'm still kind of tired from the end of the work week, but overall I'm just kind of a little bit, I'm just a little bit tired. But, man, I'll tell you what though, just the work week in general, it's just been one crazy week, like forklifts going down and like other types of crazy ass like new hires and stuff that I have to try to help out for like orientation process, and it's like it got awfully like fatigued and stuff. So much so I decided to go like during my lunch break today to try to get a coffee. I went to Starbucks, right? Which I walked across my work plaza and stuff, and it's the place where I work at's in the same plaza as a Safeway. So I went in, got a coffee at the Starbucks. So the barista just like goes ahead and just asks for my name. It's like, oh, okay, my name is Gabe. You know, G-A-B-E. And there's like three baristas there. There's like three baristas like working simultaneously and stuff. I was the only person there while they were working and doing this shit and stuff. So I went for my coffee, right? And as soon as I get my coffee and I walk back and then I start drinking my friggin' my mocha that I had. Ooh. I look at the cup, and ironically, it didn't say my name. It said G-A-V-E, Gave. And to make matters worse is the barista who wrote it on the cup and stuff almost mistakenly thought my name was Dave at first, because there's a fucking mistake on the G where you know she was going to write a fucking D, and then she covered it up with the G, and didn't even bother covering up the damn V in the fucking third comment.
Sorry.
And so I, as soon as I got home, I decided, okay, I'm just going to go to the Starbucks, like, fucking Facebook page, and I'm just going to post the picture on their page and stuff like that. It's like, oh, come on, Starbucks. Your fucking barista right there just gave his, like, basically couldn't even fucking spell a 4-continent, like, name. How hard is that?
Themselves.
Yeah.
They weren't even exactly busy and stuff.
Second-guessing themselves.
I've never met anyone named Gave.
Yeah.
It's like a verb, pretense or post-tense.
You think something will be wrong there when it's like, okay, it's like a fucking G-A-V. It's like, Gave? Who gave you that? Like, what the fuck? But, yeah, other than the Starbucks, other than the whole freaking Starbucks, like, hilarity thing, which my coworkers got a good chuckle out of, because, like, I sit at a table, like, with a bunch of, like, other women and stuff like that. They're, like around and stuff, like, from various age ranges, and it's just very funny. I showed one of my supervisors the coffee cup and stuff, and she had a good laugh at it. It's like, you know, you could post that and possibly get something from Starbucks and that type of shit. Like, and I'm like, oh, well, who knows? I'll try it.
Colonel Gables? Is that what I'm calling you now?
They can't forget that.
Yeah.
I should do that off one of the off chance. My name is Colonel Gables. Hey, military? Like, no.
Like a twisted mustache.
It's like, no, I'm a professional gamer.
Mustache. Eyebrows all up.
Good ideas, we should do this.
So, yeah, that was my week pretty much in a nutshell. How about yours, Tyler?
Mine went alright. Long work week. After having a 5-day weekend and only had to work 2 days last week, coming back in, have to work a full week.
It's tough, huh?
Yeah.
That first day is hell.
Oh, yeah. First couple of days. Miserable.
Yeah.
And I made the mistake of trying to give up caffeine this week.
Oh, there you go.
I'm on day 7 of no caffeine.
Oh, shit, dude.
It is.
I noticed.
I don't know how people do it, man. How people, like, that just don't have caffeine ever, or just limited amount, at least in the mornings. It is terrible. I have slept like shit, having horrible nightmares, and
This is reality, Tyler. Now you know what it's like.
This sucks. I don't like reality. I'm going back
scary.
Without fucking caffeine, you having fucking nightmares of fucking like Resident Evil 6 all over again. It's like,
oh yeah, my life has been Resident Evil 6 this past week. It's terrible. Oh,
He just got a random dream where he's the one replacing Leon Kennedy in the opening sequence where he's got to run away from all these exploding cars in a wall of fucking inferno fire.
I would rather actually be Leon Kennedy in that scenario than actually play as Leon Kennedy in the video game.
You can see 4,000 zombies on screen, but only 3 can attack you.
Yeah. It take 20 bullets to kill. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, it's been a rough week. It's been a trying week of not trying to murder anybody or break anything. I feel like I did an okay job getting by. They say that 3-day hump thing, bullshit.
3-day hump.
The 3-day hump. Mm-mm.
Is that what it is?
They got a 3-day hump for quitting smoking.
It was a 2-week hump.
It better not be 2 weeks. I ain't gonna make 2 weeks. It's terrible. That's kind of the only week I might break in because next week I gotta work like 50 something hours. I might need a fucking energy drink. Someone might actually die. But yeah, that has kind of been my week in a nutshell. Justin's also here, if you couldn't notice.
Hello.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, man.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I started laughing a little early about Gabe's story. I apologize.
Yes.
There was something you said cracked me up. A bunch of crazy-ass new employees. I wanted to hear about these new crazy-ass employees.
Well, that's just the thing, though. We got like a bunch of new ladies in for textile stuff, and because when the forklift went down earlier on this week, basically they had to replace a new battery in this goddamn forklift. Considering that somebody probably did not keep up in the maintenance with the battery,
didn't fill with water.
Check it. Mm-hmm. Probably not fill. Yeah, they probably didn't fill the fuel cells with water or some shit. Yeah. So, as a result, I had to train some of the textile ladies in order to help me out with some of the processing goods. And how our processing is sort of arranged is this new company thing where there's a couple different types of pods that the Goodwill people have to do. And I'm inside of the main store's pod, and I'm the one normally I'm the one that's cleaning off and sorting through a lot of the stuff, putting things in outlet, putting things in garbage, giving good stuff to supervisors when I have to. But on the opposite end of the spectrum and stuff, if there's if there's even one thing down where the textile people or something have to go and search for things to do, then they're going to be coming to us firsthand. So I had to train at least 5 different people over the span of the past couple days in order to help us out. Okay, this is what this does, this is what that does, and stuff. It got so fucking overwhelming. Today, I just felt like I was going to snap on somebody. And I just this one woman's oh, you're so patient, you're so good. It's don't push your luck, motherfucker.
You're the knife behind his back, lady.
The day is young.
Don't turn around.
Yeah, that's just basically what it was in a nutshell. Okay. It's just a mixture of that plus the whole thing of the winter season and stuff, possibly getting more people to sort things for other people having to leave, and it's just normal retail stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I understand the feeling. We're going to the busy season for us too, so a lot of newbies, a lot of rotating door of newbies. Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to add, I just had to know. That was funny. Okay. Thanks for telling us. Miserable for you. Sorry.
It wasn't exactly miserable. It was just crazy.
Trying times.
Well, the coolest thing, I think, my grandma came from Texas. She's here right now.
Oh, awesome.
She came up north, so, I've been hanging out with her.
She didn't go south,
much as
around.
I can. Yeah. Around the Horn of Mexico. But yeah, she's here. She'll be leaving pretty soon, so I'm going to try to spend some more time with her, hopefully. There's baby shower tomorrow for my brother and stuff, so...
Oh, yeah.
I think that's another reason she came into town. And Thanksgiving was last
kind of
week.
a good timing.
Yeah, perfect timing. Yeah. So yeah, things have been going good though. Like you said, going back for Monday after I had a 4-day weekend is tough. Mm-hmm. That was a long day. A long day of not moving very fast.
No, not at all.
I didn't even try. I just the boss came by and it's I'm pretty slow today. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit there for an hour.
You don't have to tell me when you go to the bathroom.
It's I'm just gonna be gone.
Sorry.
Just gonna lay there.
Dude, when it comes to bathroom at the workplace and stuff like that, it's man. When I got sick during that 1 week, towards the end of October,
is there one stall?
There's one guy's stall or something like that in the men's room. And ironically enough, it's the warmest place inside that entire building when it gets cold. But It's like the time when I got sick and stuff, and I think I had to like tell you guys I wouldn't come in during that time to record the podcast, and it's like I literally on my work day and stuff towards the middle of the week I had missed 2 days because of a cold, and it turned into a stomach virus because I didn't rest my body enough during that week. And so during the day where I was helping like price and put out stuff, I had literally like every hour on the hour had to take a shit. Like it was terrible, and I just felt so bad because I just had to let go, dude. And every time someone come in the bathroom, like, oh my god. But that's what kind of sort of sympathize with Justin and stuff like that. It's like just using the workroom bathroom sometimes could be just like a horrible experience.
Or completely hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, at my work, our bathroom is in the locker room. So nothing is worse than when, like, there's the common time between 5:45 in the morning and 6 a.m. Most common time people get dressed for the beginning of the shift.
Oh my
god! 2:15 to 2:45 in the afternoon. Most common time people dress to get out. And oh man, fucking! It's like that's also the most common time people to go poop. It's like you know, and now we all gotta smell it and listen to it. It's like, and then you gotta
pooping
every day. While you're undressing,
you gotta like walk out, and you gotta sit there and like now everybody sees who you are.
Do not open your mouth.
Yeah, it already smells like feet and asshole in there. You don't gotta smell shit.
Shit, feet, and asshole.
And asshole. There's a different smell. Trust me.
And old wrinkly bangs.
A lot of penises.
You just go in there and smells like feet and asshole. That just sounds really. Yeah.
You don't want to look down, but you don't want to get tangled up, so it's tough. Anyways, this is a video game podcast, not a bathroom time podcast. Which we can always do that. I don't care. That could be a sideshow for us.
It's getting downloaded more than ever.
Yeah, oddly enough, people want to hear about pooping. It's weird. No, we're gonna jump into what we've been playing. It's I don't know who wants to start here. Josie, you want to start?
I better not.
Okay.
Better come back to me.
Okay. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go.
Do it.
I have played. If you have not looked at the show notes, guys, a shit ton of games. I'm only gonna. Almost. I'm not gonna talk about all of them this week. There's a couple I've just kind of been playing. I want mainly talk about the ones I've actually finished.
Yeah.
A couple games I just kind of finished up. Watchdogs 2. I knocked that out. I did a lot of the sides, like the bigger side missions. Not like it has like a lot of typical like side missions you see in open world games where it's like
30 per mile.
What?
30 per mile, little ones.
Yeah, like
fill up
like
this section.
Paint like paint like on the billboards or graffiti, racing things, something like that. I don't like a lot of the bigger side missions. And I recommend if you're playing through this game, do those side missions because they're actually like about as big or bigger than some of the actual like story missions, and some of them are really really good actually.
Cool.
I did all those. Finished up the game. I love this game still. My own biggest complaint is I felt like in the end, almost like the game was like the ending was almost kind of rushed, where I feel like things were still building up to something, and it was just like when you go into the final mission, it tells you, "Are you sure you want to start this? This is the final mission." And I'm just like, "Really?"
At least they tell you.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. And you can go back and keep playing the game after you beat the game and do all the side things you want, side activities. But it just kind of like you didn't really get. You maybe got like 4 or 5 minutes of screen time with the main bad guy. You didn't really get like. It just kind of like you're like doing a lot of things to sabotage him and reveals truths and like terrible things that they're doing and all this. And I just kind of like. It felt like we were still building up to something, and it just kind of like, oh, we're here, game's over, and just kind of like the final, like the final mission was great. I loved it. I just like the final like cutscene wasn't that great, and it just felt like it jumped around a lot. Like, kind of a minor spoiler. One of your characters, one of the people in your group is murdered, and you do this whole mission where you get revenge. And then the next mission's like I drive to this location 5 minutes later, and like the guys are like joking around, laughing about doing some other big mission. It's just like I know it's open world game. You're probably meant to go around, do side stuff, and not just go straight to the next story or next mission or whatever. But it just kind of like everything just kind of felt like it just didn't like. It was just like we're not gonna like make sense to like go like A to B. It's like we're just gonna force it straight there.
Kinda,
there wasn't like
a jarring transition, don't you think?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, there wasn't like a grieving time. There wasn't like a mission to do something else or like like kind of maybe do something in his memory or they did a cutscene like to this person, but it wasn't. It just it was just weird to me. It just kind of threw me for a loop there.
Huh.
It's just like now we're like sitting around. Watching a rocket take off or a spaceship take off. And I'm just like, okay, this is weird.
From a story perspective, it does not make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. I understand it's harder to do with a open world game and not like more of a linear on a straight path kind of game. But it was really jarring. But overall, still love the game. I'm kind of tempted to go back and maybe do some of the see if there's any more story missions maybe I missed or kind of check out the characters. I love all the characters in this game.
Cool.
Wrench is actually my favorite character probably in this game. The one with the mask, like the Danger Mouse mask with the emojis. The emojis. He's really funny. I like all of this. Like I mentioned last week, they had the Alien versus Predator conversation. They joke around all that Star Wars and Star Trek and stuff like that.
That's cool.
It's like nerd culture stuff, and I liked all of it. Overall, fantastic game. Talk about that enough. Next up, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Finished up. I was actually only like this game. You could probably there's a lot of side stuff I've talked about a couple weeks ago in this game, and a lot of side missions that 10-15 minutes do, some are even less than 10 minutes. And I feel like if you don't do those, like you can probably beat this game in like 4 hours. I feel like there's only like 5 big like actual main story missions, and then the rest are like the other 2 or 3 hours is like the side stuff. But still, overall, I think it's probably my favorite Call of Duty campaign.
Whoa!
I would put it above Advanced Warfare and Black Ops to me. Just because it's got the shooting of Call of Duty, but everything else about this game doesn't feel like Call of Duty. Huh. I think I really like the story and the characters they built with you. It's not as fun. It's a little more serious. It's not like a Watchdogs, but
yeah,
they really develop a relationship more. This like most Call of Duty campaigns, you're like the multiple different characters. You don't really talk, so you build some relationships with your side characters, your team, your squad mates, but you don't really, it's supposed to be like you're the silent protagonist. Yeah. And this one, you're definitely not. And I liked all the characters, and just kind of like the big story about this game is like you become a captain of a ship, and now you've got to like decide do I want to send these guys out to die? Is it worth sacrificing these guys? You got to make these ultimate decisions now that he didn't have to make before, and it's just kind of like dealing with that, like making these decisions or not making this decision. What's the right thing to do? Sacrificing men for the greater cause, like going through, and it's just like that's what the whole campaign's about, and I love the way it builds up, and it's like the decisions that the character you play as throughout the game makes, like what it leads to in the end. And it's just a really good story that I don't feel like. I mean, it's probably been told in other war stories, movies, video games before, but probably a lot of books. But I don't know if I've really ever seen it in one.
They depicted it very well.
Yeah,
it is, and it felt fresh to you.
Yeah, from a story perspective, probably. Yeah, I think that's the best, and also just a lot of like the space battles, and I talked about like, the actually flying a spaceship and all the dog fighting and stuff like that. It's amazing.
Really?
Yeah, I love that stuff. I wish there was a little more of it. And unfortunately, that's probably most of that stuff is in the side quests, like doing the dog fighting.
Yeah.
So I think it's called the Jackal. I think that's the name of the ships that you fly, and 80% of that time is in those side missions there. But I love this game. So another great game. Finish that up. Cool. Love the characters and all that. Loved everything about that game. Next game, Bound. Bought this game a few months ago. I tried playing it, just wasn't in the mood for it. Kind of like a ballerina It's like kind of like a game where it's a platformer, but it's not. Yeah, like you're like a ballerina doing like you're just kind of wandering through like a platforming things. Super easy platformer, and just kind of you're getting a story told through you, kind of sorta, as you're going along. This game's fucking boring. I tried playing it again, started over, played for like 45 minutes. Like, this is like not fun. Like,
just not having a good time.
Because there's no you go through like it's just like boring platforming, and it's super easy, and it's not real. There's no real punishment for dying if you do die. I think I fell off the cliff once because I couldn't understand where I was jumping to, because the way the color schemes are, everything kind of just blends in, or I don't really understand where you're supposed to go. So it's just kind of like sometimes it's like, maybe I'm supposed to go this way. Oh no, that's supposed to go that way, and just I don't know. I was bored, and then like the story they're telling isn't that interesting to me. So that game's done. Next up, The Bunker. I bought this one actually a couple months ago.
Game so bad.
It is a live action kind of interactive story game too, or like a walking simulator, whatever you guys want to call it. Basically, what the story's about, it's all live action. It's play as this guy. It starts off with you being born, and basically a nuclear bomb was dropped in London in like 1986, and it starts with you being born. You're the character you play as being born, and there's 59 people in this bunker, and there's a bunch of bunkers all throughout Europe, and at least I think just Europe. I don't know. They don't really. Looking at maps, they don't really explain how it affected the rest of the world. Really, It's mainly all about happening in this bunker, and it kind of jumps up 30 years in the future, and your mom is dying, and you were the last two survivors in the bunker, and it's just kind of like she tells you when she passes away, like just stay in your room, and you'll be fine. And just kind of it starts off with you going through this routine, like check to make sure like maintenance, everything's good, air pressure's fine, filtration's fine, everything like that. Food, check your radiation level, vitamins, all this stuff. And you just kind of go through this process like 3 or 4 times. And it goes through it pretty fast, like takes like 4 or 5 minutes. And then finally, like the 4th day, there's a problem with one of the not spark plug, but like the electrical box. One of the
breaker boxes.
Breaker boxes.
Generators.
One of the breakers goes bad, and you gotta go fix it. And it's this whole thing of him like he hasn't left his room in this area in so long. Now he has to go, like it's this anxiety going through and going down and fixing it, and like there's 5 levels of this bunker, and having to you deal with this game, a lot of it, like a lot of stories told through flashbacks of him as like a teenager, and kind of like explaining like what happened in this bunker, why you're the only person left now, while everybody else died, and kind of going through, and it's just like a lot of like point and click. This was initially a PC game. Came out I think a few months before. It came out on PS1, Xbox One, and I feel like this game would be better played with a mouse, because the scroll that you have is very slow. There's points in the like as you're like doing things, like you have to like click on a certain area in like a certain amount of time, otherwise you can die.
So you like race over there slowly.
Yeah, and it's just like
to a certain spot.
And if your cursor is like, you can move your cursor at any point while you're watching the video or moving along. And if your cursor, like if you need to click on something in the top left and your cursor's in the bottom right, you literally don't have enough time to get up there and click it. So there's points where I've had to like replay entire areas over and again, not entire areas, but like 4 or 5 minutes worth of stuff, which is really boring. It's not like a shooter game where you have to kill these enemies again. Right. Like you literally have to watch the same cutscene over again and just kind of go through that. But that's really my only complaint with it. I actually enjoyed this quite a lot. There's no challenge to it really.
It's just
it's just kind of like you can play this game. You can beat in less than like 2 hours.
Yeah,
probably an hour and a half if you just go straight into the bare minimum. But like going through and like reading notes, finding like tapes, like telling you like listening to other people's stories, and just finding out more about what happened and delving deeper into these characters is pretty interesting. Actually, I think they tell an interesting story in an interesting way with the whole live action stuff. It's cheesy and corny. It's low budget. Not the best acting in the world, but overall, I thought it was actually a pretty good game. I would recommend if you kind of like those kind of games, the more the interactive when it's not so much playing a game. I would recommend it.
It all depends for me.
Yeah, I've played a
few
of these where I've hated them. I played a few where I liked them. I loved them.
Me too.
Speaking of, and I think we might be able to kind of smooth the adjustment with this one. Virginia. I played through this. I beat this last week. Probably
you beat it.
Yeah. Did you?
I only played it for 20 minutes.
Okay.
But I want to keep playing.
Okay. I didn't know if you were done with it or not.
No.
I played through it. It's kind of it's a game where like you you play as a woman who it's like she graduates she becomes an FBI agent, and it's like her first week on the job, and going through, and like the first case you get is like investigating a missing boy, and going along. There's no
more.
What? I won't say anymore. That's kind of like the overall, because anymore this game's like the bunker in this game are hard to talk about because it's all kind of story based.
Yeah.
Because it's an interactive story game, and it's just kind of like delving along in this first day. There's no dialogue in it at all. Not even like text boxes or anything. So it's kind of all like told through like body language.
Yeah.
And finding things throughout the game.
And like timing and like waiting.
Yeah. And just kind of like trying to.
Feels very intelligent.
Yeah. Like this is.
To me.
There's points in this game where I got lost with the story, and I'm
I'm lost in a house right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back.
Yeah. It's and the way they tell, the only thing I don't like about it is like kind of like the kind of get to the points of the story is they just jump ahead a lot to areas.
It feels kind of cool, but maybe at some points it won't.
Yeah, and like sometimes there's like I'm trying to explore things and I don't know if I'm doing the right thing or not sometimes, and I'll accidentally like go on to the next area. And it's like I wasn't done. I kind of want to keep looking in this and trying to figure out more.
And I had that happen once.
Yeah, I've done it constantly because it wasn't like some areas they make it obvious where you're supposed to go, but sometimes you're just like
I'm stuck at the house. So.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I thought it was okay.
Oh, really?
I would like the bunker a lot more. You could probably beat this in like hour 45 minutes, depending on like what you do. It's super short, yeah.
Okay.
But
it feels about right for the pacing of what I'm doing.
Yeah. It's not the worst interactive story game I've ever played, but it's not the best either. I think it's fine. I like to, if you beat it, I like to have a conversation about the story with you, kind of thing. Because I think some of it is kind of left up to like you make your own conclusion kind of thing. Yeah, some of the stuff is anyways. But overall, I thought it was okay. It's like $10 on PSN. I picked it up for like $6 in the flash sale.
Cool.
But I
did too, actually.
Okay, cool.
Hey, Gabe, do you mind if I jump in real quick and talk about a couple games I played?
Dude, go ahead.
Just going from Virginia real quick.
Yeah, good.
I'm done. My initial thoughts on it.
Yeah.
Things it reminds me of, and like, it reminds me of X-Files.
Yep.
It reminds me of Twin Peaks,
which
are very similar type of games.
Those are the two most common things I heard about when I bought the game.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
And it reminds me of Silence of the Lambs, because you're a woman who's in the FBI. And
that makes sense, yeah.
It's like you're the main character. What I really actually like, so far I love like the movement of it. Like you were saying, how it kind of skips ahead.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't got to I only got to one spot where like I felt like I was. Maybe I want to go check this out. And all of a sudden I was ahead.
Yeah.
But I do like how it does that. Like it's cool. It kind of all of a sudden like okay, a quick example. Like you'll be like changing your clothes, walking out your front door. All of a sudden like you're on a highway somewhere.
Yeah.
Just in a car. You're like you can look out the window and like it's like, and you look over, there's somebody there and like, it's like it says so much without saying anything. Mm-hmm. So far I just really love that about it. Like you said too. And what else? There's something else I was going to say. Oh, my complaint right now, my only complaint I can think of is kind of the movement could be a little smoother.
Faster,
a little smoother. Maybe, I was thinking about faster, but if I could run, this wouldn't feel right.
I don't want to run, but maybe like a tad.
But turning your head would be nice if that was faster.
Yeah.
For sure. But maybe a little faster. Yeah, a little bit tad faster. Like more, it's like, it's not even walking speed. It's almost like you're like slow, just under walking
like
speed.
You're dragging your
weird.
feet,
kind of like going through a dream. Like you're full of like your body's full of heroin, kind of.
Or us going back to work on Monday after
that kind of thing. Yeah. But besides that, I love it so far, and I'm excited. Very optimistic about it. Like, glad to know it's actually that long because it seems like it shouldn't be any more than that. Just from like the pacing of it, so that might actually work out cool.
That's something I forgot to mention though. I think Virginia and Bunker, like, if those games were like 4 or 5 hours long, I would lose my interest. Like those games are fun, but they're best played in I think one kind of go, and like 4 or 5 hours would not be good. And plus, it's just the story they want to tell. I don't know if it would be better being stretched out that much more.
For sure. Unless it's like episodic somehow. Which I think would be kind of cool from what I've seen so far in Virginia. If it was like a X-Files thing, where it's like a continuing thing.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting.
Could, yeah.
But it might be better like this. So, yeah.
If the story that's all, yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah. Okay. One more game here. Well, actually, 2 games real quick. Well, one a little bit longer than the other. First, I'll do the shorter one.
Okay, that's fine.
I picked up the show, MLB The Show 16.
Okay.
16, and I picked it up like almost a month ago now. Just haven't had a chance to play it. Finally started playing it. I got it right when like the Cubs won the World Series. I was like, oh my god, I gotta play
like
some
ultimate
baseball.
hype mode.
Yeah. When it'd be the Cubs and play baseball, I'm like, yeah. So I decided to actually play it, and I've only played online.
Oh wow.
With my brother actually. We played like I think a game every night this week.
Wow,
at least one game. Yeah, we've been talking. I've actually been recording it. It's
Oh.
probably ridiculous. Yeah.
Huh.
And I think I recorded our like voice in my video for
If
some
you
reason.
you can
click on it.
Yeah, to like enable the Twitch to hear it or not. Yeah.
Yeah. This game is so cool. Like, it's like it feels really good. To like it feels good playing. Like I think at least for me, I think baseball translates to like a fun video game more than like most sports do to me. Just like the timing and like the swing right now, or like it's over there a little bit. Like, and there's just little bitty things I didn't catch on until playing it for a little while. Like wherever the ball is, you can kind of move the left joystick like towards that section.
Yeah.
And it's just sweet. I'm like, oh man, it's just fun. Like I don't know, it's just like I keep saying it's sweet and fun. It's like it feels so good. And like I played as the Cubs. I played as a bunch of teams, but like the Cubs mostly. And just like after actually watching the World Series this year, like they depict them pretty accurately. Like especially all the main people. I was like pretty surprised. Even like their batting stance and stuff. I was like, this is freaking awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna keep playing this probably for a while. I might be one of those guys that picks this game up every year. Now, after actually playing this one, that might be my go-to sports game. But I do wish that other companies could have that license. Let's see what they do.
2K has a license, but they
they do.
Their game is just nowhere near the quality. It's kind of like
that's what I was kind of wondering too. Is like, could you really do anything more?
No,
for simulation wise, like with a baseball game,
they're more like MLB The Show is probably considered the best real simulation of a sports game. Out of like it's like Forza of like sports world. Like it's just like super accurate to the real thing, as close as you can get.
Like Gran Turismo.
Yeah, and like MLB 2K, 2K's version of baseball is more kind of like
arcadey.
Yeah, it's pretty close, but it's
halfway.
more like a Need for Speed-ish kind of like.
Oh.
Not as realistic, But,
I got you.
Yeah, so that's why. I mean, I think as far as if you want to, I agree that they're probably, as far as the simulation goes of a sports game, MLB's the best by far.
It feels good too
compared to Madden or NBA or any of them. Yeah. Yeah.
And it might be because it's simpler to do that, but it's just awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you can get as technical or as simple as you want with that game.
Totally.
Yeah.
But maybe it'd be harder in football to do that same thing, because there's so much more stuff going on, kind of.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm
maybe
not.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's really ever tried to go deeper than what Matt. I mean, EA owns the exclusive rights to football, so.
Yeah, I love this. This game's awesome. Very cool. Playing the Wrigley Field, like changing the weather and stuff.
That's probably my favorite part about the MLB. MLB in general is just their stadiums.
Yeah, you can see like the skyline behind. It's like pretty freaking accurate, actually.
Yeah.
And what else? The music is horrible. And
oh yeah, some of them
actually
that shit.
Getting to an online match with a friend is very difficult. I like watch a YouTube video.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, even once we knew what to do. My brother Brandon was like, every time he was like, "Where do we go again?" Like, this is so weird. It's kind of buried.
Yeah,
it's weird to get to. Really weird.
Some of it's like on a touchpad, like some of
you go to the touch. It's weird. Mm-hmm. Like you invite someone, you got the touchpad. It's weird.
It's been bad for years.
Yeah. Besides that, though, I really love this game. I'd say the biggest game I've played in a beat, actually. I don't know if I might have like played it last when I talked about it. Maybe I played it for like an hour or something at the most. but that's Bioshock Infinite.
Yeah, you were a couple hours in last time we talked about it.
Yeah, and that's the remastered one for the PS4. And I beat that game. And like I said, I said last week, I think the way the gameplay is, I love.
Mm-hmm.
Like it feels really good. Like it takes everything from the first two, and just makes it it feels smoother and it just feels awesome. And like the shooting guns and everything like that just feels really cool. And I felt like this might be a bad thing, a knock on this game, maybe. Considering the atmosphere of the first two games, I never got low on ammo, ever, in Bioshock Infinite.
No.
It's just like
You're
it's a
finding
totally different kind of game to me.
Especially if you're using the right weapon. Like if you're using the common enemy weapon, then you're never gonna run low on ammo.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's like a few times I did run low, but yeah, it wasn't on like the more common weapons. But like this game is like my favorite Bioshock and my least favorite at the same time. And it has to do with the story to me. Like for some reason, and this kind of reminds me of what you were saying with Watchdogs 2. Like how the story started kind of speeding up or something. Like you feel like it's building up to something.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because this story does build up to something. But like, I guess opposite though of what you said, but kind of the same. This is kind of weird, I know. It's a mix up of words here. But like, I never really got a connection with the story at all throughout almost the whole game. Until the end. And then, like, and it wasn't that I had a connection to the story really, or like the characters in the story. It was just like I realized like that's such a cool ending. It's a really cool ending, but like a very cool ending to like a story that I didn't really care about.
Yeah.
But that aside, like not caring about the story, or I just didn't get like involved. And I actually listened to all the stuff this time, more than the first two actually.
Oh, the voxophone stuff.
All that stuff and like everything going on, and just I don't know. I think if I would have, it almost feels like it's just really weird. To me, this game almost feels like, especially after the way the story wraps up and like how everything kind of feels throughout the whole thing. And now that I'm done playing it, I almost feel like it like didn't need to happen. Like Bioshock Infinite, like it. I don't know. It just doesn't feel necessary to me, which is it's weird because there's so many cool things in this game. Almost like I wish they would have made a different game with all these ideas that they had, and not had to tie it down to like Bioshock universe.
Yeah, okay.
Like and had that cool, crazy ending, like in a whole different type of universe, like thing going on. I don't know. Just
we could spoil it. It's a 4-year-old game.
Yeah. And
are you talking about them at the end going to Rapture? Is that kind of the part you don't like, or? Oh
no.
Okay.
I like that. Just like the part before that where it's like the part where it's like it's a title. It makes sense. Like Bioshock Infinite.
Oh, you're talking about all the different.
It's kind of showing you infinitely like parallel universes and all this stuff. It just didn't seem. I just don't feel how that fits in with Bioshock. Like I get like it's this crazy like 2001 Space Odyssey take on like the world around you, but I feel like it wasn't. I don't know. It doesn't really add anything to me to Bioshock.
Well, Justin,
it felt strange to me.
When it comes to the story, I kind of felt like sort of like the same way you're feeling it too when I first made my playthrough of it. But the thing about it is, yeah, you are right. It does feel like sort of not too engaging in terms of, say, how it pays off at the end and stuff. Let's say it was a cool ending to it. It was something I wasn't really kind of expecting, though. But at the same time, it lacks execution and cohesiveness throughout the entire journey. In that sort of aspect in comparison to even the first Bioshock game, which honestly, when just looking back on it, even though I've never beaten the original Bioshock, which is a great game, it had a better atmosphere, a better type of progressive storytelling than that of Infinite, because it wasn't just purely focused as, say, like, so actiony and stuff, and like a lot of the various like just multiple complex shit that's trying to convey in Infinite, where it just feels like sort of a clusterfuck in terms of story development and story like execution. Other than like say, oh, okay, here's the setting, here's an undersea world and stuff that
like
you gotta explore.
Almost like survival horror-ish in a way.
The first one?
Yeah.
It's sort of like
scarce some weapons and you feel alone most of the time.
If I make a comparison, Bioshock Infinite is to Bioshock how Dead Space 3 is to Dead Space.
I wouldn't
Think
go
of it
that
that way.
far.
I haven't played that, but from what... Yeah, I can't even say anything.
But the reason why I say it in that way is because it's sort of like it's kind of it's vastly different in certain aspects than say the original. Quality, yeah, it's debatable, but it's just that aspect is just really different in comparison to its original sort of substance. That's what I was just trying to compare them as.
But I will say, at least like they called it Bioshock Infinite. It wasn't like Bioshock 3 or Bioshock 0. It was like it's something different, kind of.
And I think part of that was the fact that Bioshock 2, they wanted to call it because Bioshock 2 wasn't this team.
Right.
That was like the B team. They were doing something else.
Yeah.
So this was kind of like they want to let them know like this is Bioshock, but it's it's a
Bioshock
different...
2. Those guys made a good game.
Oh yeah,
but
it was still a good game, but it was like they didn't really take it anywhere. I thought. I think that's kind of where it was. It was a fine game. No real complaints about it if you like Bioshock, but this is like
it's more of the same. Bioshock 2. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, totally.
But, Bioshock Infinite was just, I think, an evolution.
Departure.
Of Bioshock.
And like a big reason I probably feel this way is really, like I said last week too. I think is like the level designs. Like Bioshock's like in Bioshock 2, like they're like this like Dead Space, like I was actually a comparison to before. They're linear, but they're not at the same time. Like there's like it's almost like there's sections. You kind of go back and forth, and you keep going.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like that in Bioshock Infinite, but not really. Like it's like basically when you go, are you gonna? I guess it was like that in Bioshock 2 though. When you go to the next,
you go on the submarine thing,
right?
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot of similarities here. Now I actually think about it, but it felt way different. Something just seemed off. Like
there's a lot of plot holes inside Bioshock Infinite that are not fully explained into the main game.
Like the main ones in your face, where it's like you do something and Elizabeth hates you, suddenly runs away. Then it's like nothing happened. Like
the problem is with this game is a lot of the story is told through the voxophones.
Yep.
And if you miss some key ones, I've talked to people that didn't understand the ending at all because they missed like with the scientists. If you miss some of those voxophones, whatever the hell they're called, like you are completely lost.
Yeah.
Like that most of the story is explained through those things, and that's a thing I in these games I search every single area. I missed some.
I found a lot.
Yeah, I found I think probably 80-90% of them, but I always like I try to find like all the lockpick areas, all the power up stuff. I try to explore everything in that world. So. But if you're just going straight through it, man, you're gonna miss a lot through that game.
Yeah. Another thing, if I made this game, what I would change, what I would have preferred that they did, I wish that the main character wouldn't have spoke at all.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Like, some games it works when they talk, some games it doesn't to me. Like, I feel like this game would have been better if he didn't talk.
I can agree with that somewhat.
But it wasn't like the voice actor was bad or anything. It actually sounded cool. It actually sounded like what's his name from ER, but I can't think.
George Clooney.
Like George Clooney for some reason. But yeah,
it looks sort of like George Clooney.
I think the story they were
voice.
I think the story they were telling though, when you find out you are Comstock, it kind of makes sense though.
Yeah.
Maybe. But then, if you didn't talk, you'd feel like Comstock.
Yeah.
That'd be freaky.
Oh no, I mean, I don't. It doesn't. This doesn't really affect me either way. On that, I can.
Yeah,
I can hear. If I heard a great argument either way, I can lean that way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the biggest thing.
Yeah.
No, I like it. It will be weird. Like now, even looking back, it's like it's Bioshock, but it's not. It's weird. It feels odd.
Yeah.
The odd one out for sure.
It's kind of the same way with me with like Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh yeah.
It's just like it's Metal Gear Solid, but it's not.
Oh really?
It's like I think that's kind of maybe what it is.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but I'm glad I played them. Oh, I thought the ending sequence was bad, like this final boss, on the ship.
Yeah, that does suck.
Oh yeah, that wasn't that fun.
It's not bad, but as far as the final spot of like the boss of the game, it sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought so, anyways.
Most games aren't very good at ending their games, especially first-person shooters.
That should be the best part.
Yeah, but they are 0 for 3 on winding up their games.
Oh yeah,
as far as boss fights.
Yeah, I'm gonna save Virginia and Jazz Punk for next week.
Okay.
But
fucking Jazz
that's
Punk,
it.
best game of all time. I'll redo my best game of all time list.
Hell yeah.
But
what about you, Colonel?
Yeah.
The Colonel.
All right, on my gaming front, I played a hell of a lot of Pokemon Sun, and I even am 8 hours into Pokemon Moon.
Oh, wow.
Well, the thing is, going through the whole adventure of Pokemon Sun, I played through the game in around a week. This is like 30 hours of, like, say, an RPG and stuff that I split like a few hours or so a night at least. It started like the Friday that I got both Sun and Moon from GameStop. Spent a good solid like 2 or 3 hours playing that game. Then it just kind of escalated in and of itself to where I play little bits on my break or my lunch break and stuff. Until finally it was actually Black Friday night and stuff where I finally beat the full-on Pokemon Sun, and I have got to admit, the story is probably one of my most favorite in all the Pokemon games that I've played. I mean, it's vastly sort of like different in terms of in terms of story arc progression. Like say in a traditional Pokemon game, you go through the 8 gym leaders, you go to the Elite Four, you go to the champion and stuff like that. And that's pretty much over. You do face off against maybe evil teams and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. It had a formula going to and from up until this game, Sun and Moon. Whereas the gyms are replaced by captains and trials and stuff, and you have to beat all these kahunas and all these other stuff in order to advance to the next island. So quintessentially, it's structured like you gotta go through, beat some of the captains, go through the captains' trials, and then at the end of each island, you get to face one kahuna, plus a totem Pokemon. Which is normally like a souped-up version of, well, depending upon which version you get, like a key example would be Gumshoos. Gumshoos is the evolution of this normal-type Pokemon in Pokemon Sun called Yongoose and stuff. It's basically this Mongoose-style Pokemon and stuff that's just so fucking gigantic and stuff, and it literally and stuff, the way it powers up when you face off against it in its totem sort of form and stuff, it has all these super attacks, it calls for help, it's this and that. So you repeat that for all 4 islands, pretty much. And on the way you get to encounter a couple of different teams, like Team Skull, which is supposed to be like the bad guy team, and you have this other one called Team Aether, which is, that was sort of like a, in between sort of like team, like sort of faction, But, about the game in and of itself, Sun and Moon, I felt at the same time that it did feel like a traditional Pokemon RPG, that there were other stuff about it which just almost felt just really fresh, just unlike anything Pokemon related, from the advanced story elements to even writable Pokemon where you don't even need hidden machines in order to, advance to certain areas. Quintessentially, you can actually just register some bits of Pokemon, like say you could ride a Tauros and stuff and crash through rocks, or you can ride on the back of a Sharpedo and just go blazing through these freaking, oceanic sort of, these jagged sort of, curved rocks or something like that, where you just smash through them and just go and collect different types of things. You can even ride on top of a Lapras and just surf, throughout the water, which is totally cool, because it's a reference back to the anime and stuff, where in Season 2, I think it is, of, Pokemon, you get to ride on top of a Lapras to the Orange Islands with Misty and Tracy and Ash and stuff like that. I love that. And another thing I could say about Pokemon Sun and Moon is there are a lot of references, not only to, the animated series, but from past Pokemon games itself. You get to meet different characters that you've met throughout other games, which is pretty fucking awesome. I gotta like hand it to Game Freak though. They definitely shoved in a lot of cool references and a lot of interesting changes and features to not only older Pokemon, but buff ups to some of the most classic moves. Like, for example, in Pokemon Red and Blue, once you encounter a Zubat inside that game, it has a move, Leech Life. Now, traditionally, that move has only done maybe like a smidget of damage, like maybe 20 power of damage. And inside Sun and Moon, they boosted it up to like about 80 damage, which is kind of funny. Because moves like that traditionally were just terrible, they were boosted up sort of to like, say, balance out like certain competitive aspects of it. As of playing right now, I have not got into the competitive battling side of Pokemon Sun and Moon yet. I'll update when I actually do that, once I feel up to training through a competitive team and see what in the world is going to stick and what I'm going to like or not. But my overall impressions of Pokemon Sun and Moon so far is I really enjoyed them. They were fantastic experiences. I mean, I don't really go anymore and just pick up a random RPG and just play it through from beginning to end and take the entirety of the week in order to do so. But for Sun and Moon, I was in the right mood where I feel like I just wanted to play through them, experiment with a different Pokemon, which I did very much. I chose the Owl, obviously, Rowlet, trained him all the way until he was like this final form, Decidueye, the Grass, Ghost type. I had other crazy-ass Pokemon like my Pikipek, which evolved into its final form like Toucanon, which is like a fucking gigantic like toucan and stuff, where I gave him the nickname Toucan Sam, and it really stuck with him.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You said your starter was Owlet.
Yeah.
Can you catch all the starters like later on in the game, or you just...
No.
No.
Okay.
No. You can't really catch the other starter type Pokemon. You could technically trade for them, or if you did like what I did, I actually randomly got a Poplio through Wonder Trade.
That's what, yeah, or you can transfer through Pokemon Paint.
I can't pick between... I was wondering because I can't pick between Poplio and Owlet.
Well, the thing about it is,
Litten's cool too, though.
Early on inside the game, you actually gain access to like a Pokemon breeder or something like that. So say if you had like two specific Pokemon that you wanted to breed and stuff, you could maybe possibly try to trade it for like a starter Pokemon like a Poplio or a Litten or something like that.
I want to breed a Snorlax and a Greninja.
I
don't even think that's possible.
That'd be awesome.
The Greninja would die during intercourse.
Probably.
No, wouldn't even make it through intercourse. If the Snorlax is the man in the relationship, Greninja ain't gonna make it.
Dead.
Well, let's just think like this, man. It's like the freaking Snorlax is the elephant and the Greninja is the pig, you know?
Yeah.
And you know that the pig and elephant DNA, they just don't splice.
We've all heard that Loverboy song. This just doesn't splice, you know? Elton John even sang a song about it. It's weird.
Which you know what? I freaking
I've never heard
went through and I discovered the fucking Wonder Trade feature by mistake while I was going through. It's inside of a new little app called Festival Mode, like Festival Plaza. And you have two options on the touchscreen, battle or trade. And if you touch either or those little buttons, that presents you little options like battling with different trainers via like the Wi-Fi battling stuff, or go through Wonder Trade or GTS to find a particular Pokemon you want to trade for. The online features I feel are robust, even for a Nintendo game. It's really well done, you know. And the best part about it is you can actually have other people visit your plaza, play little different types of like mini games in order to increase certain, to get certain rare items and this and that. So Game Freak went all out with the social aspect of Pokemon Sun and Moon. Let's see, other portions here. Well, other than that though, let me just say that the ending portions of the Sun and Moon and stuff, when you go through the final like battles and do this and do that, it actually made me feel kind of, wow, this story is actually fairly decent in comparison to what I'm used to playing. Because it's just a different type of story thing that just wraps itself up, kind of like before you face off against the final battles inside the actual game. But I really love this game. I mean, honestly, if you're even on the fence about trying out Pokemon Sun and Moon, just buy one of the copies and just play it. It's just that type of game where I feel like anybody of any type of skill range, any type of experience or inexperience of Pokemon, they want to play this. This is the best game. This is the best entry to start, because it's balanced to a way where it's still sort of challenging for veteran players, but it's at that happy medium where even new players can enter in and feel like they get a general understanding of what they need to do. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing for this week.
I'm definitely going to play some version of this game eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still playing it. I'm about 10 hours in. I am close to finishing the second trial, so I just don't want to talk about it because I really don't have any more impressions on it right now. So I'll play some more of it throughout the week. I've just been kind of working on my backlog of stuff.
Oh yeah,
I kind
of did a lot.
Yeah, I've been playing through Pokemon kind of as I'm like watching football.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. It definitely starts to pick up right around the middle part of the third island, I want to say.
Okay.
When you get more into the storylines of Team Skull and the freaking Aether Foundation and stuff like that.
Okay.
Plus the whole thing surrounding the little the Pokemon that follows the Lily around Nebby, or as you like, or as the Pokemon's called, Cosmog and stuff.
Yeah, I think I've already figured out the twist. Is Lily the bad guy? Spoiler alert.
No.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Not even close.
Don't know the twist then.
Thank God.
Damn. Thought I had it. Well,
I will say this, Tyler.
Yeah,
once you actually play one of those battles and stuff, there's going to be a battle where you're going to face where it's going to literally disturb you, and I'll just put it at that.
Litten, you have to fight Litten with a middle rank.
It's mirror mode. You got to fight yourself.
No, it's actually towards the end of the game.
Okay, cool. Well, awesome. Well, I meant to mention this at the beginning of the show, but Black Friday, Cyber Monday, that happened.
Yep.
Kind of curious, anybody pick up any deals? We had a lot of flash sales going on.
Oh my god, dude.
Gables, holy crap. He went a little crazy, it sounds like. What did you buy?
Well, I did go crazy, and in the best way possible. All the savings that I had for Black Friday on Amazon, I kind of spent all of it for that. I got about, oh my gosh, I think around $70 worth of like Microsoft points or something, because I had to try to get some new games from Xbox One. And this was already saved up for months in advance and stuff, so I wasn't really out anything technically. So I ended up picking up, and I quote, I picked up that Resident Evil bundle, which
4, 5, and 6.
4, 5, and 6, which I said I would buy 6, but only with a decent bundle, which I did for like about $35. And picked up Inside, picked up Hyper Light Drifter.
Oh, I love you right now.
Oh,
Let's see. I bought Gears of War 4. And yeah, Gears of War 4, that's definitely the great game. Stuff like that. I still need to play a lot of it. Plus, there's another game that I bought on there, but oh god, I forgot about it already. It's just a thing. I've literally bought so many great games over the really stellar Black Friday deals I've encountered through Amazon and through Walmart that I'm losing track of what I actually fucking bought. But then, after... And this is I made all those purchases, say, on a Wednesday or a Thursday or something like that. So I went into Black Friday. I had to work the day. And once I got off of work, my parents were like, hey, let's go to Walmart. And so I followed them into Walmart, and I went inside the video game section. I thought all the sales...
Later.
It almost was fucking 3 hours later. I kind of going through all the fucking sections and going through the freaking, all the lines of people, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which you people.
Different colored brown stickers.
No, what I did is I went through their electronics. They didn't have all the Black Friday sale, games inside the cases. They didn't have the cases open. They had it on a freaking, end cap display near the TVs.
That's how it was at ours, too.
And they were facing the TVs. So, it's crowded, that little section, that little sliver of an aisle where you have to go through, and keep in mind, I had to literally keep from bumping into other people while I'm trying to dig through the Xbox One games. And I'm so glad that I spent the time going through the Xbox One games, because I picked up not one, not two, but 5 different Xbox One games.
Holy shit.
Wow.
At one time, I had about 7 or 8, and I nailed it down to... Exactly, I know.
Some, huh?
No.
Tough decision.
He didn't choose it. They fell out of his hand on the way to register.
And someone grabbed and ran off.
No, it wasn't like that at all. But this is the deals that I got. Overwatch. $35, I got that.
Okay.
2 games. Each were $25 a piece. Skyrim for the remaster. Let's see, what else was there? Oh boy. I'm trying to remember exactly. I'll go back to the other $25 one a little bit later, but I got Recore for $15.
Yeah.
I got
I almost picked that up too.
Dark Souls 3 for $15.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right.
I got Doom for $15.
Wow. Whoa. I was just
And just give me one more. And just 1 second, I'm going to check the last game here.
I never actually give them any money. I got my copy for free. So.
Oh, that's right.
Well,
that's cool. You won it.
Yeah. I keep forgetting that. I almost feel like I should just give him money. I'm just gonna send them money. Well, while he's looking at that game, Justin, did you pick up any Black Friday deals?
I did. I wasn't even planning on it. I actually was planning on not getting anything. I bought 2 games off of BestBuy.com because I actually went to Best Buy. I was on my way to Best Buy. I was like, oh yeah, that Best Buy is not here anymore.
Oh, and then what? Yeah, 5 minutes from our house.
Yeah, then I was like, oh, where's Walmart? I'm gonna go over there and see if they still price match. Well, I assume they still price match. Last month they quit price matching.
Oh wow!
Just to let everyone know.
That's shitty.
Yeah, and also,
Justin ruined it for everybody.
even if they did price match, they probably wouldn't do it during Black Friday.
That makes sense.
I called a Target. Yeah, we price match everywhere, but not during Black Friday. So, oh, okay. So while I was in Walmart, I ordered them for BestBuy.com. I ordered Titanfall 2 and Battlefield 1, and those should be here soon. I'm excited for those. $30 a piece. I don't know if I said that. Yeah. One. Yeah, totally. That's an awesome deal for me.
So good, man.
Yeah, free shipping.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just gotta wait 3 weeks.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it's not a 2-day Amazon. Oh.
Yeah, Amazon Prime.
Yeah. Then I almost forgot. So I got those. Those are the 2 main ones. Then on PSN, I got Virginia. Mm-hmm. I think that's a Black Friday type of thing going on.
Yeah, it was like one of the Black Friday things.
Some special thing.
Flash sale 1 and 2.
And then I got Jazz Punk.
Nice.
I saw Tyler's note on there, so I had to go check it out.
I demanded it. It wasn't
demanding. And then I broke down and finally got, for $5.99 or $6.99, I had to, Shadow of Mordor.
Oh, okay.
Mordor.
There you go.
What is it?
Shadow of
Shadow of Mordor?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I was talking to someone at work a week before that.
You just broke Justin.
Was that you?
Yeah.
Oh, that was weird. And yeah, I was talking to someone at work. About Lord of the Rings. That was so weird. And it really reinvigorated me thinking about Lord of the Rings. And I was like, I just need to get that game. And it's $7.
Not bad.
I haven't played it yet.
Yeah.
But yep, that's what I got. I went looking for the NES Classic for my daughter. Could not find it anywhere.
I heard it's a little easier to find this past week. The last
Really?
couple days. Not like some people are finding a plethora of them in Walmarts and GameStops.
Really?
But they're selling fast. But they're actually getting decent shipments.
Sunday morning, I'm waiting an hour before Toys R Us opens. They're supposed to be getting a shipment of stock. So.
Okay.
But have you
and
heard
some other crazy toys? So there's probably 1,000 people.
The Hatchable thing or something?
Yes, Hatchimals or something.
But
they're going to come the same fucking day.
Well, speaking of the little NES Classic stuff, have you heard eBay actually almost guaranteeing people they'll actually cover if say certain sellers or some if they don't even reach the whole 220 something that it's recommended it's going to be selling for, try to cover the cost for it. That's fucking ridiculous, dude.
Yeah. I get it, though.
Yeah.
But it is fucked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got. I'll grab a beer real quick.
Go ahead.
You want one?
Yes, I'll take one. Just grab me whatever you like.
Okay, cool. Right back.
For me, I picked up a few games. I got Battlefield 1. I went through they had like a Black Friday deal PlayStation did and Xbox did on started last Wednesday. Nothing really was interesting to me. Then they had the flash sale. Both of them had an actual flash sale on actual Black Friday, and I went through and looked at those. I picked up on PSN Battlefield 1. It was like $36. I got Virginia for $6, I think it was. Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 for $5-6. And this one's gonna get us some weird looks, I'm sure. I picked up Madden for $30 digitally. So I play the game constantly, and I go to play another game I own, and I'm like, God damn it, I got Madden in there. So I go, stupid lazy thing where it's I gotta get up and change a disc.
Oh, I totally get that, man.
So I'm $30. I looked it up on GameStop. I can trade it in my physical copy in for $27. So it kind of works out.
Recoup your costs.
Yeah, so
That's awesome.
So it recoups the cost there.
Good deal. Good thinking, man.
Yeah, I thought about when I first came out, just go ahead and start buying them digitally, which I probably will in the future now. So I got that, and then on Xbox, I went ahead. I want to play the DLC for Rise of Tomb Raider. There's 3 big DLC packs that came out that actually add on to the game. And the season pass is $30, and there's a bunch of other stuff in the season pass. And going back to kind of our season pass talk last week, they put the season pass on sale for $6. Normally it's $30.
Whoa!
And the DLC, there's 3 DLC packs. Each one's $10 individually, but those weren't on sale. But the season pass that comes with that stuff is on sale. So I'm fuck yeah,
that's insane.
Bought that for $6. Yeah, so it's not the game. The game was $40. Yeah. But for season pass was $6. So I've already got the game. So got that plan. I want to go back and play Rise of Tomb Raider, which I'll probably do after the probably beginning of next year once we kind of get through all the stuff.
Me too. I want to play that game eventually. I played the first one.
I feel like I kind of just flew through. I didn't get a chance to do the side stuff I wanted to do. So yeah, I got that. I think that's everything covered for me. I didn't buy anything else really. But yeah, pretty good Black Friday sale. I spent a lot of money. Probably more than I should have, but I got some good stuff out of it. Yeah. But let's move on to probably the big thing of the week. Game Awards happened. It's Friday night. Happened Thursday night. A lot of stuff was announced. Only I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of go through all the big stuff, trailers we had, and things that were announced or shown off, and then we'll start with the overall thoughts on the show, and then we can just kind of pick and talk about what we want to talk about. We'll just kind of go one at a time. So, cool. Game Awards happened. So the big, I'm not going to go over the awards because that's it's all opinion based. But the kind of things that are shown off. Zelda Breath of the Wild got a new trailer, and they showed off about 4 or 5 minutes of gameplay.
Yep.
New Rocket League Arena comes out December 7th.
Yeah.
Bulletstorm full clip. That's just a remastered version of Bulletstorm. It's coming April 7th, and it comes with a Duke Nukem pre-order. I guess you could play as him as a character or something.
I want it.
Bulletstorm's a badass game. I love that game.
Never played it.
I don't know if I'll.
If Duke Nukem's in it.
It's $50 though. $50 for the remaster. I don't know if I'll pay that much money for it. Death Stranding. I got another trailer for that. Guardian of the Galaxy Telltale game coming out in episode 1's coming out in January, and we got another Prey trailer. This one time with some gameplay. Walking Dead New Frontier trailer. Season 3 Walking Dead Telltale. Trailer for that. Introducing the new character, I think Javier. And then Mass Effect Andromeda trailer with actual first time ever real gameplay. So kind of starting off with overall thoughts on the show itself, and then whatever you guys talk about, whatever you want to talk about from those announcements. Justin, do you have any initial thoughts or
the show?
The show. We start with the show and then jump into
I thought the show was great. I didn't watch the last 20 minutes.
Okay,
that's like me.
I got tired.
Did you fucking try to fall asleep? Did you almost fall asleep after the fucking
I was fighting through the last 45 minutes or so.
Yeah,
dude, I literally almost fell asleep.
Yeah,
with my Xbox on.
I thought it was cool. I loved the things I really liked about it was Kyle Bossman was on it. He's one of my favorite.
Easy
people.
Allies?
Yeah, Easy Allies. And he's like the main guy, like the host, kind of.
Yeah. And
the moderator. And Conan O'Brien was on it. That was awesome. I'm a huge fan of Conan. I'm the world's biggest fan. Just kidding.
He's a fan.
But yeah, like as far as like the awards go, from what I saw, like the one I was actually most interested in seeing, like who would win the most trending gamer or whatever.
Yeah.
I actually agree with you completely. Like I probably would have picked Daniel Dwyer.
Yeah.
But it's cool that Boogie 29881 won.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's pretty funny. And if you watch his, I don't know if you saw Boogie's video for trying to get you to vote for him. It's hilarious. I watched it before, like a couple days before that. It's pretty funny, actually.
Boogie's a really good standout guy and stuff like that.
Just
I love to watch it. I love watching his videos off and on and stuff. He's real generous. He's very honest with his opinions, and he's overall pretty fantastic the way he like conveys himself. So I'm glad he won that award.
I think he was the most deserved, but I did vote for Daniel Dwyer just because.
Yeah.
I'm a
I almost feel like maybe.
of him.
Hopefully, like, he can get back on there somehow. Because I feel like maybe it's a little too early to have him on.
He's only been free for two months.
Give him a time. You know, like, made one video. It's gonna be. Give him time.
Doom comes out next week.
Yeah.
Documentary.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I didn't watch the Rocket League one, but I probably should. But yeah, like, I think it's more like the Game Awards though. Like just like the games that were there. Like it seems like there's a bunch of repeating ones. Like I wasn't like super interested. Like I'm glad Inside won for the award that it got.
Oh, I think art style. I can't remember what it was.
Best. I don't even know. I'm sorry.
They all blended
Indie
together.
Game,
yeah.
Maybe I don't know. Smaller game, but that was cool. I'm not surprised Overwatch won. I think they won Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I think it's just, to me, it gets better and better every year. But, like, yeah. I mean, I forgot what it was. Should I talk about the things? Like
yeah, you go ahead and talk about.
I'm sorry.
You can talk about.
I thought okay. I was going to start talking about that. Okay.
Yeah, you go ahead, jump into it.
My favorite thing was definitely the new Zelda trailer. The gameplay trailer, in my opinion, was unnecessary. It felt out of place at the Game Awards show.
Right?
Yeah.
Especially with the weird, awkward slowness, which is usually cool, but not at the Game Awards ceremony.
I thought
like the Treehouse Studios.
And the splicing.
Our Treehouse Studios.
That was so stupid.
Treefall Games, Treefall Studios there?
The Treefall Stadium.
Yeah,
Treehouse
Games.
Yeah, Treefall Studios. They played Zelda. It was really cool to see a new area. So, like,
that has to be a company name now. That's just so fucking funny.
It kind of like, to me, it slowed down the momentum. They should have had the trailer and maybe like another something, but not even have the gameplay like that.
Yeah.
Save that for something else, or just like don't even show that. I don't know. And actually, two more things. I really thought the Death Stranding was very interesting.
Yes.
Very curious about that. That was a lot of crazy, weird detail.
Jesus Christ, man.
It's actually very fun to watch.
Yes.
I know everyone makes this comparison, but it really reminds me of like Stanley Kubrick type stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, everything's in there for like a reason. You just want to keep watching all this stuff. Like checking out every little piece of detail. So I'm very curious about that. Very mysterious. And the last thing that stuck out to me is I think the guy that helped make Gears of War, this game that he's making actually really stuck out to me.
Lawbreakers?
It looked really freaking awesome. It looks like the Overwatch that I would want to play. Like jumping off like way up in the air and like super fast, like Doom almost. Like exploding people's
arena-based
guts everywhere. Yeah. It just looked really fun. But yeah, I think those stuck out to me more than anything else. But overall, I thought it was cool. I liked it.
All right.
There were some low points, but whatever.
What?
There were some low points.
Yeah. This is like the third year it's been kind of the Jeff Keighley kind of thing, and I would say honestly this is my least favorite year.
Oh, really?
I felt like maybe just coming off of the Spike TV ones where it was just like I've talked about before. I mean, early on in our show's history, like it was kind of like making fun of gamers. I felt like more than like making all kinds of nerdy jokes and just like the same parents' basement, and it was kind of ironic because I'm in my parents' basement. But just kind of like it was just making fun. It was just like mocking us. It like got like these B and C list celebrities. They don't give a shit about games, and like they're obviously reading off a prompter. They're just there for a paycheck. And
wow! See, I missed that.
Yeah,
I think I missed a lot of it. Like I kind of zoned out until Zelda was there.
It was just there. I hated those, and I felt like
oh wow! See, I missed
the first year of Jeff Keighley being his own thing. Not the first year we had that. We remember that one year we watched it like 4 years ago when it was just online only. Yeah, it was still like a big corporate event thing. And just that was okay, but it was better, but it wasn't. It was still kind of not great. It was all in like a studio.
Yeah,
there wasn't like an actual like event. I thought it was a breath of fresh air. It kind of felt it wasn't like a normal. We don't have the Grammys, we don't have the Oscars or anything like that for gaming. But it's still pretty young in its life. But
it has that feeling to it for sure.
Yeah, but I thought this year it just felt more so like with the advertisement stuff kind of bugged me, like the Shilko razor thing,
the Schick razor,
that thing
Hydra,
that thing was dumb.
Hydra.
And I only saw it once. I thought it was funny, but I didn't see anything. I just like a weird robot guy.
Yeah,
on stage, like behind the stage or something.
That was horrific.
A lot of the skits were dumb.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
much. I don't know. I didn't even see a skit.
And then we had the stupid. We had a couple. Run the Jewels was there, and then somebody else. I just didn't care about that stuff. Doom was awesome.
The Doom music thing, I did see that. That was hilarious.
I had a huge erection.
He's in the front row with his tongue hanging out.
Like, that was pretty cool.
I think it was put on a cool show for like not even singing anything.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Cool. If there was more of the Doom soundtrack music as opposed to the Schick Hydro fucking advertisements, I would have been all over that.
I made the
or as a matter of fact, just had the fucking Marine from this damn Doom game just go and chainsaw the fuck out of that stupid Schick Hydro.
Yeah, I did think the advertisements were dumb. The same ones over and over again.
Yeah,
from what I saw though.
And then the Assassin's Creed movie breaks, they have commercials and it just go off to like 5 or 6 times go off and interview it's kind of going back to some of the stuff I disliked about the Spike TV days, where it's like we had actors and things
that was
there
the least favorite things about the fucking Spike TV
and I could tell when I said it was great or pretty awesome. I could tell from the noise that Colonel Gables made that I missed some things because I really didn't see off and on kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's just those little things that just kind of rub you the wrong way because this is supposed to be touted as sort of as serious as, say, other type of award shows, like prestigious award shows, and all of a sudden you have a fucking advertisement for, a freaking male's, razor and stuff like that with a freaking robot, mascot or something running around with the damn host. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, maybe it's too much in the wrong direction because I didn't see it, but I don't want a super serious one. That'd be weird.
No, I like the goofiness of it.
The goofiness is fine. Just
and I get that you need these advertisements,
But if it doesn't feel right, then...
Yeah, but I get you need these things to do the show because it's not it's not the Oscars where it doesn't have that brand recognition yet. Where they can get by without doing advertisements and stuff like that and
quietly fund you.
Yeah. But yeah, they don't need you get A-list celebs there. It's the name value, the names on the show, and then the name of the Oscars or whatever Grammys. Yeah, it's there.
Yep, for sure.
So I get you got to have the bad to get the good, I guess, which that's necessary evil, I guess.
And it's like you said, it's in its infancy.
Yeah, it's only the third year of it. But I kind of overall thought of the show. I like the new Breath of the Wild trailer, the gameplay stuff. I have some kind of in the middle on. There's things I liked about it. I thought were interesting about the new gameplay, and I like the whole you can kind of go in and do things. How you can go in, you can go just run in there, guns blazing kind of thing, and as much as you can go guns blazing in a fancy RPG, or you can kind of sneak in, take enemies out, and they set traps for you. The weapon durability stuff, I don't know if I hate that in every other game I've ever played in my entire life. So I'm hoping that you get the Master Sword fairly quick in that game because I don't want to deal with that. But overall, it was fine. I agree. I didn't like the way it was. I don't mind the gameplay being there.
Yeah.
I just like the way it was shown with the edit with you get the constant cuts to like new moments. It was just jarring. I didn't like it. Just felt off to me. It felt so scripted. It didn't feel natural, and that even more so than any we've seen in any other things.
The first one didn't feel that from like the 2 years ago or whatever.
Yeah, no, that
was pretty cool actually.
And that was the first time I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
So I think maybe the surprise of it too, and everything was awesome. Bullstorm full clip. Like I mentioned, I love Bullstorm back in the day. I'm curious, kind of see if maybe it still stands up. April 7th. I don't know if I'll probably be buying that day one. A lot of shit's coming out in March. So, speaking of Mass Effect Andromeda, finally getting to see some gameplay for that.
Yes.
And delving a little more deeper into the story. That game looks fantastic.
Does it?
Yes.
Awesome.
So, I'm happy to finally see some stuff. I'm concerned they haven't given us a release date yet. And that game is supposed to come out. They've said spring. That game is 3-4 months out, and we don't. I'm guaranteeing March because EA always puts a big game out in March right before the fiscal year is over. So
you think there's a chance they'll announce it at PSX?
No, I don't think so.
Doesn't make sense.
No, I mean, because they don't really usually. That's not true. I guess
third party
Battlefield. EA has the exclusive. Microsoft has the exclusive rights to advertisements for EA games. So it would make more sense if it was an Xbox event.
I gotcha.
We're not having one of those anytime soon.
Yeah.
So I don't think for that. I mean, I'll probably be sometime. There'll probably just be a news or come out and say, hey, it comes out here.
Yeah.
Like a news release thing or something. But that looks great. I'm super excited for that. Walking Dead, I'm definitely pumped for that. It's been almost, I think it came out, Walking Dead 2 ended in fall of 2014.
Oh, wow.
So it's been a couple years.
Isn't that long?
Yeah. So I'm excited. Actually, yeah. Yeah, it was fall or spring or fall of 2014. Because I remember it started right when the PS4 came out. So yeah, I'm excited for that. It looks kind of interesting. Finally get to kind of see what's going on with Clementine, everything. Figure out why she's missing her pinky. It's her what's the ring finger? She's missing her ring finger, her pinky. They don't explain it, but you can see in the screenshots she's missing a finger. The Guardian of the Galaxy stuff with Telltale, that's probably gonna be pretty good. I mentioned when we were talking about last night that would probably be my preferred thing as far as Telltale's making a Marvel game or a Marvel-based game. That would be my preferred one because I think that it's it's more comedy-based than anything else, and they do really well with comedy as they could show it off in Tales of the Borderlands. And I've heard the Minecraft stuff's pretty good. And
I like to see how it looks.
Yeah, I'm curious, and I doubt they're gonna get the voice actors from the movie though. And also Death Stranding. What the fuck? I don't know. I'm a Kojima fanboy, but I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I said last night, talking to you guys, I kind of don't want to see anything from this game because the earliest we're gonna see this game, I think, and I don't feel good about this. 2019, late 2019. With the Kojima is worse than Nintendo when it comes to delaying his games.
That's true.
If he's on his own, he's got his own studio now. He's running the shit by himself. You would be lucky to see this from the PS5. So yeah, I kind of want to see this stuff. So there's actually some concrete stuff there to it. Because I'm honestly wondering if any of the shit's actually gonna be in the game.
Yeah.
Because it's not the first time Kojima's showing off something for the first time, and then that shit never actually made it to the game. Because this could be red herrings for all we fucking know.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like what PT was. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious. I mean, if I have to wait, I honestly would be fine if I don't hear anything again for 2 years for that thing. Or E8 2008 or E3 2018. But that's kind of my overall thoughts. I still enjoyed the show. I think it's a little long, 2 hours and 41 minutes, according to YouTube videos.
That's including the pre-show.
Pre-show, which was 25 minutes, so still over 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
A little long, especially it was 10:15ish when I got over here. I was a little tired by the end of that. But what'd you think, Gabe?
You know what? I actually thought that the overall show was good. It wasn't as good as, say, in past a couple of years and stuff because of various different things about it. like, other than, like, the advertisements of certain things. But mostly I kind of felt it sort of lacking towards the end of the show and stuff. Like, I was just trying to battle a lot of different ways to stay awake during the award show, like, towards the later half of it, because we had already saw like a bunch of these unveilings, and like the second trailer and stuff for Zelda was just kind of funny in its own right, because they open it up with the pre-show with this huge this cinematic trailer. It just took like about a couple minutes, and there was more interesting things in that than the fucking gameplay thing that they showed inside the show, like towards near like the middle portion of the award show. Which, what the fuck, Nintendo? I mean, come on, seriously. But
it felt so Nintendo, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It did. Good, one step forward and then 3 steps back into the hole. Anyway, Death Stranding. Jesus Christ, what the hell? What the hell do I do with this? Where to start with this?
Guillermo del Toro, though.
Guillermo del Toro, holding a baby in a fucking jar, walking to and from, walking past worm tanks, all of a sudden counting these fucking soldiers. It's just
to cut you off real quick, I'm sorry. These little 2 trailers we got for Death Stranding so far is like, it's like a middle finger to Konami, with Norman Reedus in the first one and now Guillermo del Toro in the second one. And actually on Twitter today, Del Toro posted a screenshot of Game Awards and put "fuck Konami" on it.
Hashtag.
So hashtag "fuck Konami," which is great.
He actually made a comment saying like probably one of the stupidest decisions that like Konami's ever made was to fucking like cancel the Silent Hill game after PT. Mm-hmm. Just putting the company on blast, and I'm just loving every moment of it because I'm just highly expecting Kojima to do fucking same thing. Just at this point, that would be actually 10 times awesome.
I'm hoping Death Stranding is basically Silent Hill.
Me too, man.
I
really am.
Yeah, I kind of want them just to still
like
make
that,
it just a different name.
Yeah,
they could do it. I mean,
because he had this idea,
Yeah. Or see what was made.
Boy.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let's see. I love the Doom soundtrack stuff because hey, it's Doom. The musical soundtrack is fucking awesome, and hell, that music just made the award show a lot better, in my honest opinion. The other unveilings and stuff, I definitely loved the gameplay for Mass Effect Andromeda. That whole thing, it looks and feels like a fucking Mass Effect game. You have the explorational things from the original Mass Effect. You have look like an advanced combat thing from Mass Effect 2. Other types of customizational stuff, different ways to like go through like certain types of missions and do this and do that, But yeah. Anyway, it was just so awesome, just going forth and just watching the unveiling of the trailer in and of itself, just seeing the different types of options that would be presented there in a much more fleshed out way. But let's see, I'm trying to think. No, some of the awards were justified. It was kind of interesting seeing Nolan North kind of put some other voice actors on blast and stuff for the whole voice acting things. I kind of understood where his perspective comes from. That without the developers and certain game creators and artists and stuff, there wouldn't be too many of the voice actors getting jobs nowadays. But I kind of found it funny, as considering that he was probably one of the main ones to do a lot of the voice acting over the past 8 years or something like that.
An exception.
He's the biggest in the company.
Yeah,
the biggest in the industry as far as that goes.
Yeah, as far as voice actors goes, him and others, say Laura Bailey and all this other stuff, big name video game voice actors that cover multiple games, they definitely get their fair share and stuff in comparison to just say other voice actors just starting out, or say a David Hayter, for example, well renowned for Metal Gear Solid's Solid Snake, but yet he can't find any other fucking voice acting work too much. So
not in gaming.
I was thinking about that.
He's actually a producer and a writer though for movies.
Yeah,
he has plenty of gigs.
Really?
Yeah, he wrote the first 2 X-Men movies. Co-wrote.
But like I said, though, it's overall the award show is good. There were some great things about it and stuff. Though at the same time, I felt like it could have been a bit better. like in terms of, it just the terms of presentation. I gotta say though, the most epic moment had to be the beginning of the award show with Jeff Keighley just going this cringeworthy type of like praise for Hideo Kojima. Which, that was fucking awesome.
Gave Kojima a blowjob on stage. I wish he would have warned us about that. I would have joined in. I would have got a ticket and went and joined him.
And that's just the thing, though. Those two have been covering one another for the past, like, 20 years, almost. Since, like... Well, not like 20 years. More like... Since, like, the Metal Gear Solid 2, you know? Like, 2001. So, more reminiscent of, like, 10 years or so. 15. So, it's just interesting seeing those two, like give superlatives to one another, off and on.
Yeah. Oh, and I do want to mention one thing about I forgot to mention that Dragon Cancer.
Yeah.
That whole part with Ryan on the stage.
That was fucking awesome.
Yeah. That was amazing.
The dad.
Yeah, the dad.
The child.
Yep. Jewel. So yeah, that was an awesome moment. That was kind of like, that was my...
What was that for?
That's
not that game that's like Hyperlight Drifter, is it?
No, this is like...
I guess that's what it's for. See, I kind of came in halfway through that.
Positive message. I can't remember the name of it. Basically, like a game with telling like a great message.
Okay.
And like just he wrote a game. He helped make a game basically about his child. Real story about him.
Oh yeah.
His child having cancer and then dying from cancer.
Yeah, man, I can't imagine.
Yeah. So.
That was pretty touching seeing him up there talking.
Yep. I don't know if there was a dry eye in the.
No. I don't think so.
In the building during that was a touching moment. That was probably my favorite moment of actually the entire show, or like most memorable moment. It was kind of the Greg Miller speech last year for me, when he won Trending Gamer. That's. I mean, obviously, I think this one's different reasons was probably my most memorable one. So yeah, definitely my favorite part. But I think that's going to wrap up the show. We're kind of going long, so we're just going to go ahead and skip Retro Game of the Week. Sorry, Gables.
That's fine.
That's okay with you, Colonel.
You better ask him.
I don't want to clean the bathroom with my toothbrush. Or name you every type of shrimp. I only know 6. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed the show, you want to hear more from us, we're on Twitter. I'm sorry, I'm throwing myself off. I have a system here. We're on Facebook. We have a page and group on there, GenGaming Podcast. So like and join us on there. On Twitter, we're at GenGaming Pod. So follow us on there. Best place to go. Usually when the show, those are the first 2 places to go when the show is released. The new episode is released. Probably the best places to go to find out right away. On YouTube, Generation Gaming is our name of our channel. So subscribe to us there and like our videos. The podcast goes on there. So if you want to listen to us on YouTube, it's easier for you. It's all audio, no video, anything like that. But like it. Greatly appreciate it. It helps us out. More people can see it. And if you're listening to us on YouTube already, we're also on iTunes. Go on there, please. Leave us a 5-star review. 4 is fine. 3 is also fine. If you like the show, just don't leave a review. Just go away. If you made it this far, probably haven't.
All publicity is good publicity.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the worst show I've ever heard in my life.
That's not good publicity.
It's got to be good.
It's publicity.
Someone wants to hear it.
It's publicity. Some of my this is the worst I've ever heard.
1s and 5s, that's good. Because you got people that want to listen to it because they think it's really shitty. And you got people that want to listen to it because it's good. That doesn't make sense.
No.
It does.
Only you want to torture yourself by listening to shitty things. So, anyways, yeah. So like us out, check us out on all those places. Also on Twitch. Justin said you've been doing some live streaming for that. I saw you doing Virginia. I saw you doing Virginia for a little bit on the other day. So we're doing that at GenGaming Podcast. So I think that's a follow or subscribe. I can't remember, but on Twitch we're there at GenGaming Podcast. So thank you guys so much for listening. I was Joe. I was Tyler.
I've been Justin.
And the Colonel is checking out.
Oh, wow.
His heart stopped.
He's dead.
He's checking out.
Yes, but seriously. Until next week, everybody. GG.
Alan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. I burped all of a sudden. Oh, it tastes like Domino's pizza.
Me too. We're going to start... Wait.
It tastes like grandma.
That's the opposite of Willy Wonka. We're going to start floating now.
I was making the same joke.
I was gonna say we're gonna come back down.
Or if
now.
it's a Family Guy episode, we just start farting and we'll float back down.
Farting, burping,
Same thing.
it's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, the beer room. And we're out.
Bye, guys!
Signing out.